In just a few days, it's going to be Thanksgiving. So in this video, I want to talk to you about how you can eat anything you want on Thanksgiving and at least maintain your weight, but even drop a pound. But we got to back up, okay? Because this is where people tend to really fall off their diets and they end up gaining an average of 7 to 10 pounds because we don't celebrate just Thanksgiving. We don't just celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Now they've added even more things. You probably have been invited to a lot of these Friendsgiving. It's been kind of popular where friends invite you over to celebrate, and this all happens before Thanksgiving. So it's actually now getting worse when it comes to the food. You're getting invited to Friendsgiving. Then it's actual Thanksgiving. Then you get invited to a lot of Christmas parties, and then it's actual Christmas, and then New Year's. And this is why people tend to gain 7 to 10 pounds on average towards the end of the year, and everyone in January is making their New Year's resolution. Well, I'm going to tell you, or actually show you what I personally do. This is a tradition that I have done for years and years and years, where you can do these different things, whether it's Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, Christmas parties, Christmas, and not gain a single pound and actually maybe lose some weight. So before we dive in, for those of you who are tuning in and you don't know who I am, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction. My name is Tim Ernst. I'm an intermittent keto fasting coach who has personally lost 70 pounds in 7 months doing the combination of the keto diet, intermittent fasting, and yes, baby, strength training. All right. I've also coached hundreds and hundreds of men over 40 to lose at least 40 pounds in 16 weeks using my Keto Shed 40 coaching program. If you want more info on that, because maybe you want to get ahead of the game before January, I'm going to drop a link into the description. When you click that link, it's going to send you to a video that kind of explains more in detail as to how I could potentially help you. All right. So let's just dive right into this video. Like I just said at the beginning of this video, food has just become food has always been a social thing, but it's just getting, I think, a little bit overkill. All right. Back in the day, it was like the whole family gathered together for Thanksgiving. The whole family gathered together for Christmas. But now you're adding all these other things like Friendsgiving and Christmas parties. And, you know, you got the New Year's celebrations and all this stuff. And people are gaining a lot of weight being involved. And it's only the 2 months out of the year. November and December seem to be the worst months when it comes to sticking to your diet. I fortunately, because I've lost all this weight, I've been able to maintain it. And it's because of what I'm going to share with you in this video. You're going to be able to eat whatever you want and still lose weight. So let's dive right in. This is a tradition I do every single year. So the very first thing you're going to want to do, okay, let's just act as though it's Thanksgiving, all right? You wake up in the morning, it's Thanksgiving. I don't want you to eat anything. Don't eat anything, and I want you to go to the gym. Now, some of you may not be gym goers, all right? Try to get some form of exercise. Do whatever. I don't care if it's yard work, taking a long walk, bike ride, whatever it is you got to do. I want you to be very active in a fasted state. You're not going to eat anything, all right? Now, what I personally do, now if you are a gym person, what I personally do is I like to train my largest muscle group, which is everybody's largest muscle group, legs, okay? Legs are very demanding, doing squats, leg press, leg extension, leg curls, all that kind of stuff, because your muscles, your leg muscles are the biggest muscles in your body. Your back is too, but legs are your biggest muscle group. So what you want to do is you want to train legs hard. I mean, train them hard in a fasted state. When you're done with the gym in the morning, try to wait till 1 p.m. to sit down and have your Thanksgiving feast. Typically, people eat between 1 and 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving, all right? So just this recap real quick. You're going to wake up in the morning. Don't eat anything. Get a good training session. Do legs if you can, if you're in the gym or any type of physical activity. Wait till whatever you're going to have your Thanksgiving dinner between that 1 and 5 p.m. And you're going to be able to eat whatever you want within reason. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to fill up your plate, and that is it. Don't go for seconds, thirds, fourths. Get it all in one sitting, eat whatever you want, and then stop. And whatever time you're eating, if you're eating between that 1 and 5, hopefully, do not eat again. Because here's what happens. I know this happens to so many people. You eat all this food, right? The turkey, the stuffing, the pumpkin pie, the rolls, And what are people doing usually about an hour after they're done eating? They're sleeping, they're on the couch because they're going through a carb coma, all right? And the reason why this happens, it's not the tryptophan in the turkey. It's all the stuffing, the rolls, the pumpkin pie, potatoes. It's all those high carbohydrate foods. They spike your blood sugar, and then insulin is secreted out of the pancreas to lower those blood sugars, and then you get that crash where you want to fall asleep on the couch. Now, what happens when people start to wake up from their carb coma? What typically happens? You want to eat again. And this is the mistake that a lot of people do. They get up, they start eating again, and then it's just a cascade from here on out, all right? You don't want to do that. So get your food in one sitting. Now, you can do this even if you're getting invited to a Friendsgiving, all right? If you know you're getting invited to a Friendsgiving, well, by the time this video is uploaded, you're probably done with those. But we got Christmas parties to come up, so you can use it for this too. But anytime you're invited to a party or anything throughout the entire year, do it in a fasted state, fast all day, and then when you go to that, party or where you're going to have this large meal or whatever it is, just have one large sitting of food. Look at it as like doing OMAD. You're just going to make this your one meal a day. Make sure to get some exercise in. Now, maybe you want to do it in the reverse. Maybe what you want to do is fast all day, no exercise, eat a bunch of food, then go work out. That might be a little challenging because you got to remember, you're going to be really tired. You're probably going to crash because of all the carbohydrates from the Thanksgiving food. So optimally, what I like to do is train my legs in a fasted state. Now your body is primed. As long as you don't have insulin resistance and got a lot of other metabolic problems, if you're in relatively healthy state, your muscles are just going to soak all that up and it's not going to store it as fat. As long as you're a healthy individual, that is a for sure way where you can literally enjoy the holidays. You'll still be able to be social with your friends and your family, not feeling like you're being left out and you're eating just the meat and not the carbs. Maybe you just want to eat the meat and you want to stay away from the carbs. Well, this is a situation where if you want to have carbohydrates, you can, as long as you're having it in that one sitting. And I guarantee you, at the very least, you will maintain your weight and you may even drop a couple pounds. And it's because you're putting all those calories in that one meal. And what's great about that 1 to 5 range, if you could try to eat around 1, that's early enough. It's kind of like having a lunch, right? That's early enough to where by the time you go to sleep, your stomach's going to be relatively empty. Just think of it. If you're eating around 1 and you don't go to bed till 9 or 10 o'clock, you've had 9 to 10 hours to digest that food. You're going to go to bed empty, and when you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel lighter. I'm telling you, this works. I've done this for years. It works every single time. I end up maintaining my weight, and I'm like, wow, I got to eat all this great food, and I didn't gain a single pound. But like I said, you could even lose weight because, again, you're eating early. I've talked about this in other videos. ETRF, early time restricted feeding. Whatever you do, don't start eating late at night. Don't start eating those leftover Thanksgiving food at the end of the night. Now, I know a lot of people end up having leftovers. They have leftovers for like an entire week. You can still eat it. Just keep it in a one meal and do ETRF, early time restricted feeding. Put those calories toward the beginning of the day, not at the end of the day. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have an enjoyable holiday season. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. And if it was, make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and always hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video, and happy Thanksgiving.